How's it going, everyone? Nick here, and welcome to my new channel, Benedetto Cyber. On this channel, I'm going to be posting information security, cybersecurity, and technology content. This will range everywhere from ethical hacking to cybersecurity jobs and salaries. I'll even be throwing in some cool labs and projects I'll be working on. Now, if you've never seen me before, welcome. I actually have another channel just called Nick Benedetto where I post personal finance content. But over there, I posted a video about my entry-level cybersecurity job offers. So I figured that would be a great video to start you guys out here just to get to know me and get to know what this channel will be about. So without further ado, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. So a job search for anyone, especially college students, can be a little bit mysterious. I know when I was going through my job search when I was a senior in college, it got a little bit stressful. Well, I'm making this video to be 100% transparent and to let all of you know out there searching for jobs what it's actually like. I'm going to go over every single job offer I got as a cybersecurity student, and yes, that includes salaries. First, let me say if you end up enjoying this video, go down below in the comments, let me know so I can do more videos like this. Alright, so first let me give you some background about myself and my education before we get into the job offers. I went to James Madison University in Virginia, which is about 2 hours outside of Washington, D.C. I actually majored in integrated science and technology. Yes, I know it's a mouthful. But more importantly, I had a concentration in telecommunications, networking, and cybersecurity. All in all, I got a pretty good education that holistically went over different technologies and how you should approach different problems using technology. So usually when people ask what I studied in college, I just say cybersecurity because it leads to less questions. Anyway, I ended up graduating in 2018 with a bit above a 3.9 GPA. Another key point is that I'm from Northern Virginia in the Washington, D.C. suburbs, so that's where I was mainly looking for jobs. So that's really the general background of what I was working with when looking for my first ever full-time job. The one interesting thing for a lot of business and technology jobs is that recruiters actually recruit in the fall for hiring in the summer. So as a college senior, you really need to look in the fall timeframe, and that's when school first starts. All the main job fairs are usually in that October timeframe, so you really have to get a move on it early. So literally right as my senior year started, my job search was on. I had a prior internship doing network security and network-based analytics, so I was looking for something along those lines, cybersecurity, or something that I could use my broad technical knowledge for. Now at JMU, we had a big school-wide career fair, and then my college, the College of Integrated Science and Engineering, actually had their own career fair as well. At these job fairs, I spoke with a lot of business, IT, development, and other jobs that piqued my interest. There were a decent amount of companies interested in me for their positions because of my high GPA and prior experience. So after the career fairs, I went online and applied for the jobs that I was interested in. I ended up applying to 4 different companies that I talked to at the career fairs, and I ended up getting an interview for each one, and all of those interviews were actually on-campus interviews. The good thing about JMU is that our alumni base is mainly in the Washington, D.C. metro area, so a lot of the alumni come back and recruit current JMU students. So I won't actually go in depth about the interview process, what happened, how I prepared in this video, but if you want to see that content, definitely let me know down below in the comment section, and if enough of you want it, I'll make a video on it. After the numerous rounds of interviews, I actually received offers from 3 out of the 4 companies I interviewed with. The one company that didn't offer actually didn't respond to me after the interview for 9 months. That's right, I got an email 9 months later saying that I didn't get the job, and usually those are the type of companies you don't want to work for anyway because of how long it took them to actually get back to me. So another thing to mention is I actually received an offer from the company I interned with. Alright, so now let's actually get into the offers I received, the salaries and benefits that came along with each of them. Now I won't be discussing the names of these various employers, but I'll give you a bit of a background about what the job actually was for those companies and what the companies are kind of known for. First up was an offer for a business technology analyst at one of the big 4 accounting firms. So for this type of job, you could be doing a lot of different things, as usually how it works, the main company you're hired for will actually get contracts and you'll be contracted out to a different entity to actually work for or consult for. In these type of business technology analyst roles, you could be doing anything from project management to consulting on a new software deployment or network deployment, anything along those lines. You don't have to be super technical for these roles, but you definitely have to bridge the gap between really technical and the business and management side. So for this first offer, the salary was $72,500. This offer also came with a $10,000 signing bonus. Okay, so the second offer I received was as a software engineer analyst, and the program was actually a cyber program where I would have been able to rotate to different jobs and different job sites, gaining a bunch of experience. Now this job was for a well-known defense contractor. The salary they offered me was $81,000 with a $7,000 signing bonus. Now the third offer I received was to become a technology analyst for a well-known consulting firm. Now as I said before, for that business technology analyst position I was offered, this position also could be a variety of things. You don't really know until you actually get on the job and see what you're working with. You could be doing anything from actual software development and coding to project management to other various things. Now the salary for this job offer was $78,000 and a $5,000 signing bonus. Now finally, the employer that I actually interned with offered me a full-time job for $83,000 and a $12,000 signing bonus. Now the job was similar to what I was doing as an intern. It would be for a network security engineer, doing network analytics and other architecture type things. Now I will say that all of these offers were relatively good for the area, the Washington, D.C. and Northern Virginia area. You're never gonna get as high of a salary as you would going out to San Francisco or Seattle at some of those private tech companies. Now the cost of living around this area is actually pretty high, but it is definitely not as high as San Francisco, as I said, and some of those other West Coast based cities. Also, each of these employers give pretty generous pay raises in the first 2 to 3 years, and you can really expect after 3 years you'll be in the 6-figure range. So the question I've not answered yet, which job did I actually take? I ended up going with the employer I interned with, that $83,000 salary with the $12,000 signing bonus, in part because I actually knew what the job entailed. I actually had a pretty good reputation already from interning with that company, so it definitely seemed like the right choice. Now, as I said before, I want to give a warning to anyone going into technology consulting or any other type of consulting for that matter, as you could be placed doing a lot of different things. That's not to say the job is bad, but you definitely want to ask the right questions and see if you can get more of an idea of what you'd actually be doing. Anyway, I have switched jobs from that first job offer from a couple years ago, so maybe I'll talk about that in another video if you all are interested. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to go down below, hit that like button, comment what you thought, and be sure to subscribe with those alert bells so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.